Thanks for joining me again at the Midlife Launchpad. I'm Tressa, and I have over 30 years of experience of running my own companies, and I want to help you get started or grow your handmade business. And if you're 40, 50, or 60, don't worry, there's still time. You can launch your business. I launched my food business in my early 30s, and I launched my home bath and body care in my mid 50s. And I'm still running both today, and I'm in my 60s. So what I want to talk about today is very important to me, is staying healthy, having a good plan for your overall health, nutrition, workout, and good mental health, so you can continue to run your business if you choose into your 80s and 90s. I don't plan on retiring because I love being creative. I love staying in touch with the business community. And I can't even imagine just retiring and seeing if somebody wants to have coffee with me every day. That sounds terribly boring. I want to see my friends and I want a good social life, but I don't want to just have that as my social connection. I view business as a social connection as well. So let's dive right in. I will tell you my routine for staying healthy and what I do, but let's just kind of go over some highlights. Why it's so important to not only eat well, but to work out. You're going to need a lot of endurance if you want to run a company. Even if you want to run a $100,000 company out of your garage, you're going to need the energy and endurance. And if you don't eat well and you don't get good exercise, then it's going to be very difficult. And don't be fooled by standing on your feet, making a product is exercise, because it's not. It's good, you're moving, but you need a good exercise plan. So I get up in the morning pretty early, oftentimes with my son at 5 o'clock, and we go to the gym. And at the gym, I don't waste my time or use the gym as my time to do cardio. I go there and I just strength train. So I lift weights, and lifting weights are just going to do a number of great things for you. It's going to improve your posture and your muscle tone, and you're just going to feel very good. It's going to release some, endorphins into your system. So you're going to need the muscles and the strength to run your company. And then my cardio, I get out with the dog and I walk him, but I do different types of cardio during the day. I like to go to the local track and run stadium stairs. It raises my heart rate and it gives me a quick pump. So I don't do that every day, but I am going back to it. In my 20s and 30s, I used to go out there and run like 30 of those, no problem. Now I'm building back up and I'm up to 10 to 15 when I get out there. But even if you walk them, so if you're worried about tripping, get out there and get some exercise every day. You're going to live longer, you're going to feel better, and it's going to improve your business. Also, when you are active, your brain is, for me, way more creative. So I'm releasing some stress, and then it's kind of clearing out my brain so I can think about what I need to do for the company, whether it's just task oriented that day by shipping, packing orders, or it's maybe creating new products and being more creative. It will manage your stress level, and definitely cardio, because cardio, if your joints hurt or something, get on a stationary bike and start raising your heart rate, even if it's 10 minutes a day. I always like to tell people, if you can't walk a mile, walk the block, and then tomorrow walk the block and 10 more steps. You'll get there. So let's see, simple daily exercises is just going to maintain your overall health. There's always a lot of talk about the desk workout. I don't do that. So I get my workout. I like to compartmentalize things. So I work out, and then when I'm working, I'm just working. I'm not doing any kind of desk exercise. I definitely try to work on my posture when I'm sitting at the desk, but I don't try to incorporate it into my workout because I'm already a little, can be a little ADD, and I don't like to add extra things onto my brain. So the eating part of it, again, super important. Our food supply, processed foods, are loaded with garbage. So I am very conscientious of just eating right from the source. So if it's an avocado, I'm eating the avocado. I'm not buying a packaged guacamole in a plastic container, even if that says organic and there's no extra additives. Just slice open an avocado or an apple and eat high quality foods, your proteins, everything you need to stay healthy. You're going to feel so much better when you do that if you're eating a lot of processed foods right now. Baby steps, and then all of a sudden you'll start craving the better foods. So I just keep it really clean. The self-care and mental health part of it, when you're running a business, you're sometimes going to neglect that mental health. And it's just because you have a task to do. You don't want to disappoint your customers. But honestly, I feel like if I'm sleeping well and I'm getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, my mental health is a whole lot better. I went through a period of time where I wasn't sleeping well. I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't stay asleep. That's all changed. I'm really highly focused on my sleep. It's come up to the top part of my priority list, right up there with strength training and working out and nutrition. And I could tell you, my mental health is great because when we're not getting enough sleep, we're scattered. We can't think well. We feel like we're having nervous breakdowns. I remember times when I just felt like I was going to burst into tears because I was so tired. And you can't hold it together well enough when you're super tired. So as an entrepreneur, or anybody, obviously, get enough sleep so you can, this whole thing with successful people sleep 4 hours a night. I think there's a few people out there that are genetically made where they can get 4 hours and function properly. I'd say 99.9% of us need our sleep. So focus on that and make sure it's a priority. I also work better in the morning. I'm a higher functioning person really early in the morning than I am at night. And I know that's designed by our melatonin drops at night, and we're supposed to be sleeping when the sun goes down. So I find that if I'm struggling with a business decision in the evening and I feel like this is such a big decision, I'm now telling myself, don't worry, think about it in the morning, because I realize I'm super tired, I'm tapped out for the day, and in the morning, it's usually not as big as I felt like it was the evening before, and I can come to a good decision when my brain is refreshed, especially after my cup of coffee. So age, we can get away with a lot of things when we're in our 20s and 30s physically. We can wreak more havoc on our body and recover from it. When you're getting into your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you don't get away with it anymore. Your body's going to tell you, stop, I need some attention, if you're not taking good care of yourself. So remember that, you don't want to grow a business and get to the top and say, wow, this is amazing, and then be stricken with something that is going to stop you. You're physically not going to be able to do what you want to do, to travel or whatever it is that you want to do as you get older. It's so important to take care of yourself so you can enjoy the time as you're aging and you're not sitting around, in a hospital bed or whatever it is. So age and health, super, super important. So really that is kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I can't stress enough how good I feel now as I've aged. I'm leaner. I feel like I have more energy. I'm putting better priorities on myself. And I still take care of the people around me, and I take really good care of my businesses. But it's like being on a plane and they tell you to put that oxygen mask on first before you help the person beside you. Same thing with business. Put your health as a priority first, and you will be able to manage everything else that's thrown at you. So thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to see you back here again. Go out there and crush it, be successful, and overall take great care of yourself. Bye.